Hello. Well, yesterday finished off just amazingly. It finished off, and I'll try and show you where actually. Bit of shaking around. There we go. Right. Don't know if that's going to work or not, but anyway. Hang on. Hello. Time now, 2:58 in the morning, Friday, crackerjack day. It's 15 degrees. And I'm obviously in my shorts. Somebody came in and parked a fridge unit, running fridge unit in the yard last night. Which was annoying to say the least. So it was about a couple of trucks away from me. Or rather a couple of spaces away from me. Right. Yesterday, just to recap on yesterday. I'm trying to still process yesterday actually. I overnighted in Shepshed. It was a 3-hour drive down. Got down here. Took an hour to get my box off. And then I spent 3 hours in my favourite container yard trying to get a loaded box on. Eventually I got pulled out of there because by the time I got to where I was going, it would have been past the time that they accept goods in. So that job got cancelled. So I went back to the yard, hemming and hawing, jobs changed, I had about 3 or 4 different jobs to go to today. And then we'd get to like, go and get the box. No, we just decided to change it now. So it was, I'd pulled my card at 3 o'clock. It was 6 o'clock last night. The job come through for a completely different job. Than I was going to, that I was originally waiting for. I was last told, I'm going to Daventry. Right, yeah, I'm going to Daventry. Just got to wait for a few things to align and we'll send it through to you. I even phoned up at least once to say, I haven't heard nothing through yet. I've pulled my card 2 hours ago. What's the score? So eventually I got to say, oh no, we haven't forgotten. No. 6 o'clock last night. It's 3 hours after I'd finished. Message comes in. Job's in. Have a look to see where I'm going. Well, it's Milton Keynes, so I was going to Daventry, so the distance is negligible. But obviously, a completely different place. It's like, well, okay then, right, no problem. So yeah, I had a look. I think I've been there before. I'm pretty certain I have. And away we go. So it's a 20-foot box. I've had to shrink the trailer. I shrunk the trailer down this morning to a 20. It was in the 40 position, so I shrunk it down to 20, realigned the pins, put my back legs in. So anyway, yesterday afternoon, I had a 2 to 3 VBS to go and pick up this box that I was going to go to Daventry with. That was it, yeah. I was going to go to Daventry with. So I'm driving down the road, and up Tottenham Bypass, where the next set of, not this set, but where the next set of roadworks is, you have to move into the right-hand lane. So I moved into the right-hand lane nice and early and just sat in the queue of traffic. Yep, no problem at all. I've got time. I'm over. It's not a drama llama. I'm over. So I'm halfway down the road, just, gradually creeping my way on down, and I heard this crunch. I thought, what the fuck was that? And I'd peer over, I'd lean all the way forward, and there's an Audi A3 underneath me bumper. So she gets out, I get out, and I go, what are you doing? She said, I'm merging in. I said, you merged in? She says, I have to merge in. I said, there's plenty of opportunity to merge in. Why did you have to merge in front of a truck that can't see you? You should be able to see me. No, I can't see you. There's even a sticker where you hit me is right next to the sticker that says, be aware, blind spot. But no, you decide to merge in there. That sticker is head height with you. It's placed in a strategic place that you should be able to see it. So anyway, we exchange details. She phones the office up and moans. Apparently, what was the word she said? I was intimidating. I'm sorry, but I'm a big, fat, hairy bloke with a mass of mad hair and a big bushy beard. I'd look intimidating dressed up as a fucking unicorn. You know what I mean? I can't help the way I look. Well, I could, but I don't. I don't care. So, the office just fobbed her off, I think, just calmed her down and said, "Oh, I'm very sorry. I'll have a word with him." Yeah. You should have seen me on a really bad day. You think that was intimidating? I thought I was quite nice to her. Considering she was at bloody fault. She said, "I'm merging in." I said, "No, I can see that now. But you can't see that in a truck. I don't get what." She said, "Yeah, but you've got cameras and mirrors all over the place." I said, "It doesn't matter how many cameras and mirrors. If you're in a blind spot, which there are many, I'm not going to see you." There wasn't, as far as I'm aware, there wasn't even a gap for you to merge into. Why did you think that was a... Yeah, she said if the van hadn't stopped, I would have been alright. No, you wouldn't have been. Because there wasn't room to start off with. I just couldn't believe that there was somebody that did... She did it. Ah. But her assumption was that it was a merge in turn, and therefore she had the right to merge in. That's not how it really works. I said, there's cameras fitted all over this truck. It says CCTV, so it'll come out in the wash, wouldn't it? When they review that, and the insurance company will review that, you'll see that you moving into my lane and you driving into the side of me. I was right at the very front, the very corner of my truck. So I phoned the office up and said, "Look, I've just someone's just hit me, and I'm going to be late for that VBS now. Chances are I'm going to miss it." "Okay, we're cancelling it, no problem." So anyway, as I was there, I exchanged details with her, got a detail. I wasn't interested in having a conversation with her because she was just talking rubbish. So I gave her the information. We've got pre-written cards you just fill in, get all the details, they get our details, where you go. So yeah, I went back to the yard and I said, "Right, now what's happening?" "Hang tight, not entirely sure." They downloaded, I took some pictures, emailed those across, and they downloaded the footage of the CCTV. That got whizzed across, and just all it's done is scuff the paintwork. So no panels have popped or broken off or anything like that. Everything's, you know what I mean? It was less than 5 miles an hour. So it's down this stretch of road here. So I came down here. It's in the afternoon. It's 2. So at this point around here, I thought it prudent of myself to move across into the right hand lane, so I moved across into the right hand lane, and here I sat. And around at this point here, the traffic slowed down to a crawl, so, you know, stop, start, stop, start. And I just crawled along here at between 0 and 5 mile an hour max. And it got to about here. Yeah, here. And she decided to drive straight into cut straight into me. This really? So I got back to the yard, did what we needed to do, and that was the end of my day. So, yeah. So the job come through at 6 o'clock last night. I'm going to Milton Keynes, 3 to 4 VBS, and I've got to be in Milton Keynes for 6. 6:30 I think it is. That isn't really going to happen. Well, very unlikely unless I get a really quick turnaround on the docks, which last 2 or 3 days performance is fairly unlikely, but you know, we live in hope, don't we? So yeah, that's about my update. It's Friday, we're heading to Milton Keynes, it's dark, it's early in the morning, and I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Had enough. Had enough. There's a truck over to my left, I'm not going to be able to get one. Can't go any faster. Or is he going to try and be clever and overtake me on the inside from the back there? Let me come across, thank you. Flashy, flashy of the lights. Very much. So anyway, I'll speak to you all later on, once I'm out of the docks. Let's see how long it takes. Going in now, and it's 3:10. We are out of here. Back. My journey is complete, apparently. I've heard from 2 separate people that it was a customs issue yesterday, made the port grind to a halt. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, or whether it's just 2 people who've heard the same story. And I'm clear of here. As both were from our lads. I heard the story as well, but it could have been from just from the one person who heard something, and he told all of us.
Turn left.
So I've got no idea how the weight. It's about 11 tons, this box. Whoa! I don't know it. I'd imagine it's a fairly positive fit because of where I'm going. And we should be there by 6:20, so we're going to be late. Plus I might have to stop for a pee. Who knows?
600 feet, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, 1st Avenue. Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Well, I got serviced really quickly on the docks. You know, you just feel the eyes of 100 truck drivers bearing down on you when they've been sat there for an hour. You're going to let me out then, fella? Here's my man. He's eating his fucking sandwiches. God, if I'd have been all night, my sandwiches would have been gone by now. Must have had to pace himself. Right, 37 minutes. Not bad.
After 600 feet, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, A35, Redbridge Road.
Well, technically it's a 20-foot box, so it shouldn't
Go
take too long
left
to
on
tip.
the roundabout and take the first exit.
Okay, I should be away by... excuse me, I'm choking, away by 9. I could be back down here for 12. That doesn't mean I could be then hours somewhere. Telling me where the box has got to
After
go
half
off.
a mile, keep left.
Nope, not yet. Oh, stay in this lane, although he's wandering around his truck. A bit of space.
After a quarter of a mile, keep left, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Right, nothing to see here. Crack of dawn should be, yeah, it's a bit cloudy, I think.
Keep left, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit. After 600 feet, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, M271, towards the Midlands.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty cloudy.
Take the exit, M271.
Right, let's get going. Let's drink some coffee and head up to the land of roundabouts. I'll speak to you all later. Hello, dawn's crack's looking, well, it's looking alright. She's looked better. It's supposed to be hot this weekend. We're off to Bournemouth Saturday afternoon for cream tea and a guided tour around the gardens and museum of the Russell Coates Museum. Don't really know too much about it, to be honest with you, so yeah, looking forward to that. And that's with the gorgeous Kira's swapped miss. She's president of the local area, so yeah, should be good. She's the boss lady. Well, she is anyway, isn't she? Do you know what I mean? She has to open a conference later on in the year with about 800 delegates. I think it's 800. Yeah, I think she's a bit nervous about that, as you would be. on Dan Friday, he's away. Got a light box on. So that's what I'm looking like at the moment, looking a bit like that. Except I've got a blue box. And I'm a bit heavier, obviously. Hence the difference in speed. Oh, I get hiccups. Hiccups. Ugh. Didn't sleep terribly well last night. Tossing and turning. A bit warm, noisy. It's getting to that time of year where you've got to sleep with the sunroof cranked open or your windows down half an inch. And of course, whilst that gives you don't mummify yourself and die of asphyxiation because it's so bloody hot, it does make it noisier. I'm a fairly light sleeper. It depends really. Sometimes I can sleep through all sorts of noise, and other times it's like, all you've got to do is whisper and I can hear you. Sunday we're going up to see my mate in Shaftesbury, getting a tow bar off him. I'll have a look at a couple of his cars. I haven't seen them yet. He's got a Jag that used to be owned by Eric Bristow, and he's just bought a Jensen Interceptor. For those that know, the Jensen is it's a lovely looking car. Always liked it, always liked it. Big old lump. Not entirely sure what engine they got inside it, or whose. Unless it is their own, of course. But as a small car manufacturer, yeah, might have been, I suppose. Oh, good coffee. Very good. Brew a coffee this morning. So there's two ways to get to where I'm going. This way is slightly longer, but it does give me the opportunity to pull over for a pee. Whereas going the other way is M25, M3, M1. No chance of pulling over for a pee anyway. Well, one chance, that's Fleet. Whereas that going up this way, I've got lay-bys all over the place. nice at 4:26 in the morning to have light. It just makes my job so much easier. Charging on. And what else is happening this weekend? I think that's about it then. Oh, we're going to the trailer place to make sure that, see if there's any electrics. They want to know if there's electrics in the back. But I don't think there are, because this has never had a tow, the Range Rover's never had a tow bar fitted to it. So, yeah, we'll see. Now, I don't know what electrics come with a tow bar either, so we'll have to have a look at that as well. Nice and quiet. That's the good thing of driving at this time in the morning. There's not so many bloody idiots about. You know, it just, I mean, yesterday just goes to show that you just got to have eyes in the back of your head, and it's impossible. And with the amount of miles that we drive, you know, there's a percentage chance that someone's going to hit you, or it's going to be an incident. And of course, it was my day yesterday to have an incident. It just pisses me off because it's avoidable. It's like, maybe I should have seen her. Maybe I should have. You know, I don't know. I'm a professional driver, but if you can't see someone, you can't see someone. If they're in your blind spot, they're in your blind spot. And it does. And you can check them you can check your blind spot you can check your mirrors every 5 seconds or every 2 seconds. But it only takes a second or two for someone to check your mirror, nothing there. 2 seconds later, check your mirror, there is, or 2 seconds later, there will be somebody there. You know, it happens in a blink of an eye, doesn't it? You know? And you can't constantly be looking at your mirrors, because if you're constantly doing that, you're not looking at where you're going. Yeah. You can't win. You cannot win. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I was in my lane. I wasn't deviating. She pulled into me. I didn't see her. Nobody was hurt. No one was injured. annoying, you know. You don't need that sort of bullshit. Clouded over again. Further north you go, the cloudier it gets. If I was going up north, they'd all be in duffel coats now. Hill. One of our lads used to always park here, but I haven't seen his truck here for, I don't think he does anymore. You don't see that many trucks parked up on the top anymore on the gantry. There's a few today. Container boys, look. There's a few there. Oh, yeah, there's one of our lads. Yeah. Well, I'll speak to you again a little bit later on. Speed on, brother, speed on. I'll speak to you all later on. Hello. I've just been listening to an interesting program on Radio 4, and it was about various Baptist churches in parts of America that have set up disaster relief, you know, for when there's been hurricanes or floods or fires, or, do you know what I mean? And these people, guys and girls, they sort of wade in and sort of help everyone out. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But the one thing I get confused with, and they say, well, why do you do this? Oh, it's because, you know, we like to help out and spread the word of Jesus and all this malarkey. Now, some of you know and some of you don't, but for those that don't, I'm agnostic. Have an open mind about religion, and each to their own. But one thing I don't get, and this is the bit that stops me from being religious, I guess, is the fact that for those that are religious, the words that are used and the words that I've been told is that God is all powerful, right? He's all powerful, he's all knowing, he knows, he does everything, he created the world. I struggle with that bit. He created the world, he, you know, and, you know, he does everything. He knows everything, he knows everything that's going on, he's like, yeah, he's there. Right. And these guys and girls, once there's been a disaster, like a flood or a fire or hurricanes rip through the town, these boys and girls from the Baptist church go out and go, right, we're setting up a soup kitchen and we're gonna resort things out, we're gonna do this, do that, boom, 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 which is brilliant. I have no problem at all with that. I think it's absolutely, it's admirable, it's a fantastic system to have, and a worthwhile group of people doing something for others, and I think that's brilliant, right? So don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking them, I just think it's brilliant. But my question to them would be, why, if God is all powerful and knows everything and controls everything, why did he put a flood there in the first place and kill those people? Why did he do that? Why couldn't he just had an easy life and gone, oh, I don't need to kill those people, we'll divert that hurricane through, not through the middle of the village and wipe everyone out in the school, we'll divert it up into the hills or across the fields. Do you see where I'm coming from with this? I don't get it. I really don't get it. If he's that good, why does he make people suffer? Why is there all this suffering in the world? I really don't get it. It's some sort of test. Well, it's a pretty sick test, isn't it? When you're making kids ill and dying, and, you know, that ain't on. I want nothing to do with that. It's sick. So I don't know, and I've never yet had anyone be able to explain that to me. And when you hear people talking about it, like I heard in that interview, they skirted around the issue. They skirted around it. They never came up with a definitive or explanation that explains why this happens. Because there isn't. Because in my opinion, there is this idea of all seeing, all knowing, all believing, all singing, all dancing effigy. There isn't one. I don't know, very strange. For those that have blind faith, if that's your thing, fair enough, Crack on, don't let me stop you. But it ain't for me. Doris is one. She's a born again Christian, but I love her dearly, she's a nice lady. But she's racist. She's not she's very old-fashioned in her views. Well, the man has to provide for his family, and the woman just has to stay at home and cook dinner. No, not really. There must be a word to try and describe someone like that. I don't know what it is. I'd like to find out, actually. It's homophobic. Yeah, she's also homophobic. Do you know what I mean? Oh, and has a religious bias that only her religious is right, and no other religions are well, they don't count. They're nothing. They don't. Not even the Church of England is right in her eyes. It's not a proper religion, apparently. Oh God, alive. Yeah, is he? No, I don't think he is. I know we say it. God, alive. It's quite scary sometimes when I listen to her. My daughter, she's done just finished uni now, and biological sciences, environmental science, sorry, and obviously they do a lot of biology and we were talking one day about the theory of evolution, and of course Doris would have none of it, and said to, and of course, darling, you don't believe in any of that, do you, darling? I said, well, actually I do, yeah. That stopped her in her tracks. Oh, but darling, so we can't all come from monkeys. It's just even when it was explained to her that it was biologically impossible for us to all have come from, with that, if it happened within, I can't remember the correct term, but Maddie had it down to an absolute T, that you can only do a certain amount of generations before you become so inbred that it's just not, you just wouldn't function as a person. Now, is this guy going to get a hammer down, or am I going to be able to scoot on by him? I don't know. We'll see what happens. What have I got up my arse? Nothing at the moment. We'll get on by. Whistle! it's you know, we go back like Adam and Eve, wasn't it? You know, Eve was produced from a rib from Adam. Yeah, right. Okay, so Adam and Eve. No, okay, so I get that. So there's two of them, and they have two sons. Yep, totally plausible. Yep, that's not without the realms of possibility. The Eve bit, I struggled with that because she was born from she was made from a rib. Well, that's not. That's. Yeah, struggle with that. So they go on and have two kids, two boys. The clue here is two boys. Cain and Abel, wasn't it? Cain and Abel. And this is where I said, so what happens after that then, Doris? Deathly silence. Because the only way they could have had children is if they shagged their own mother. Ew. Something slightly wrong about it. And that meant that they would have been totally inbred. And, yeah. No, don't come out. There's two of us double side by side here. Well done, mate. Good thinking. It's got a shiny con lock. Quite like that. Do you know what I mean? How does that even work? And it's like, oh, it goes deathly silent then. This whole thing about Noah and the Ark, like, you know, after he wanted to punish everyone, didn't he? So he said, right, he said, Noah, mate, you're going to have to build a boat. And it's going to have to be a fairly large one, because you've got to get two of everything onto that boat. Because of the rest of it, I'm going to drown them. Oh. Thank you, said Noah. I look forward to that. So off he goes, builds a boat with Mrs. Noah. I'll take it. And they build this boat. And then they go around rounding up all the animals. Now, at no point did anyone else, as far as I'm aware, no other, like his mate Sid, Noah's mate Sid and Charlie and their wives. No, sorry mate, you can't get on the boat. What do you mean? I've got two penguins to get on. And a couple of polar bears. Yeah, but we're in Israel. Where are you going to get a couple of penguins from? Don't know. Don't suppose you'd fancy going down at the North Pole and getting some, would you? Well, that's a big arse, mate. That's going to take me a bit of a while to get out there and get back. I think the rain might have been over by then. Well, if you could, I'd be really grateful. Oh, alright then. Off he trots up to the North Pole, comes back down. And he's done all that in a very short space of time. And he says to his other mate, "Oi, Bert, I need some iguanas. Can you go over to the Ecuadorian jungles?" And he says, "Yeah, but we're in Israel." Oh, I know that. But if you start growing now, right, you know, we've got to save the world. So who do you think you are? Fucking David Attenborough. Oh yeah, but you'd be really good, like, you know, we're thinking about the future. Oh, okay, now I'll do it for the future. So he goes all the way over to Ecuador, brings them back on a boat. Things are like jumping around all the time. Gets back. Yeah, I know. I've got iguanas. No, I said llamas. I don't want them. I've already got some of them. I had to go down to Peru and get some of them. Oh, right. Llamas. Then you see them going, what do they eat anyway? Now you know what it's like when you get a load of animals like in a close confine and they're all shitting everywhere. You get a lot of flies. Now imagine Noah going, no, I'm only allowing 2 flies on board. No, see, you fly over there. No, you and you there, off the boat. Can't have any more than 2. How did he control that? I don't know how it works. And getting 2 pandas on board. You know what pandas are like? And a couple of brown bears. Oh, see, and they're going to be fighting with the polar bears. It's not going to be a harmonious trip, is it? 40 days and 40 nights they were on that boat. The lions there going, cool. That wild boar was nice. What do you mean you've eaten the wild boar? I've got a bit peckish. You can't go around eating animals. What? Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of squabbling going on there, you know, and there's got to be a pecking order as well. There's the hierarchy. And if that was the case, right, well, how come we're not overrun with fish? Because he wiped out all the animals, but the fish were alright because they were in the water anyway, weren't they? So they were like swimming around. So the fish population had a bit of a head start. Everything else got decimated down to 1 of each. And imagine being a brown bear, right? You're a brown bear, and you're a bloke, brown bear, and you get on there and you go, oh, I hate her. The only other brown bear is similar age to you, but she's boring as hell, and she really doesn't like you, and a bit frigid, you know. It's like, oh, she doesn't like me. Now what? Every time he goes near her, goes in for a cuddle. Well, get away from me! Oi, you're a horrible bear. I don't like you. I like George the polar. He's the wrong. Don't be racist. He's the wrong colour. You can't go round shagging white bears. You got to stay with me. Once you go black, you don't go back. You know what I mean? It's like, how does that even work? Whoa, pigeon! And what did he do with the pigeons? They were flying around. Some of the like swallows, they fly for albatrosses. Albatross, right? Let's take an albatross. They're up in they're 40 days and 40 nights for them. That's a piece of piss flying around. They don't have a problem with staying up there for 40 days. You can have a whole herd of them flying around, circling the boat, and the Noah's going, no. He's there with his catapult, trying to get them down. No, we only want 2. Yeah, we go, fuck off, Noah. Ow! Stop firing!
After half a mile, keep
stones
right.
at me. We're happy up here, just floating around. There's loads of fish, we're alright. Yeah, I'm only having two of everything. Black bear's still trying to get it on with the other black bear, and it's like, nah, she ain't having it. She's not having it. It's just, how can anybody in their right mind believe that?
Follow A34 towards towards the Midlands for 6.5 miles.
Oh, bumps, watch out. Whoa! I don't get it. You know, you're going to need a big boat. And what's condemned them more is that I'm pretty certain that they even give the dimensions of the boat in the Bible. And Noah was about 450 years old when he died. How does that even work? Oh, the explanation I had was that time was different. What do you mean time was different? Well, it was just a different time. No, the sun revolves round the sun. The earth revolves round the sun, and that's how you get day and night. Yeah, that's a day. They even refer to day and night in the Bible. How do you live for longer? He must have been. Do you know what I mean? I know some of you boys are saying, we were talking about age the other day, weren't we? And saying about like aching and creaking and groaning. And a couple of you lads said, I'm 81, and then he got pipped by the lad who's 85. That made me chuckle. You know, imagine when you're 450 years old, why is there someone walking along here? What are you doing? Dressed in black, you loon. You know, see, we went through all that trouble of having two of everything for that idiot to be walking along the A34 dressed in black. Thank you. It worked, didn't it? Well, you're coming in, my son. I'm going to have to put the brakes on there. Thank you. Was it say daily distribution through England, Scotland, Wales and the front of my truck? So, yeah. I'm not knocking religion, by the way. I think it's for those that find comfort in it, absolutely fantastic. I just don't. Oh, steady Eddie, come on, speed up my son, you're only doing 49 miles an hour, I'm going to have to get past you. Quote. Well, DPD coming in hot. He's in. Then he'll be out. Go on. No, he said thank you. Let's get past Steady Eddie because he's just 49 mile an hour in, cutting it for me. Back in. Yeah, it's a funny old thing, religion. If I was going to be anything, if somebody sat me down and said, well, no, you got to pick one. You got to pick one. Yeah, but I don't want to. Yeah, no, you got to pick one. You got to be something. You got to, you know. I think I'd be a Buddhist. Purely and simply based on the fact that, oh, Buddha, he's not a god. He was a bloke that went round trying to do good. And he observed life, not through rose-tinted glasses, but with a sound, solid and rational mind, and came out with some fairly wise words. And if you've ever read anything about the Buddhism, you read a little bit and you go, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I'm not sure I can do it, but I can see it. And it makes more sense than a lot of scriptures. So yeah, if I was going to be pushed out, if I had to be like at gunpoint, you must take up a religion, I think I'd have to be a Buddhist. Although I am a Pastafarian. I belong to the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. For those of you that don't know about Pastafarianism, it's not a mockery of other religions, but it's well, it is a little bit, I suppose. And basically what had happened was that started off in America, whereas a guy went, and it's the same in the UK, whereas you can't, you know, to have your passport photograph taken or your driving licence, you have to have a photograph with no hat on. Yeah, certain religions can wear a hat. Like the Sikhs can wear a turban, and the Muslim women can wear the hijab, on the back of a truck that lifts things on. Hijab, I don't know how to say it. One of them veils anyway. Or the burqa. Could bloody anyone under it.
And take the first exit, then take the motorway.
And so the bloke went and he said, oh, no, you got to take the hat off. No, it's part of my religion. No, what religion is that? No, it's my religion. Doesn't matter what religion it is, it's part of my religion. So anyway, it went on and it went on and went on. I believe it possibly went to court. I don't know if it did or not. But he then bore the right to wear a colander on his head. And he said he was a Pastafarian, because a colander is what you train the pastor on. So he bore the right to be able to wear a colander on his head. And yeah, but you're not a true religion because there's not enough of you. So they got enough of it, and in the census, if enough of you put it together, you can become a... Now again, I don't know how true this is, but it is actually a recognised religion now, because there's enough people joined, me being one of them. And you pay about $30, I think it is. And the good thing about it is the bloke goes, I now live in the... He lives in the Bahamas, or St Kitts or something like that. Because several million people have all sent him $30. You get a certificate and a sticker, and I think it's just brilliant. And it is. There's a website about it. It's and fair play to that bloke. I love it. I think it's brilliant. And why can't you believe in a flying spaghetti monster? You know, if we were asked to believe in Noah in his boat, I can believe in a flying spaghetti monster. That's what I believe in. They're both far-fetched. Oh dear. I'm actually ordained. I'm a reverend. Oh, you didn't know that, did you? I'm actually ordained by the church. I went one step further. So in the camping and caravanning club, when it said put your title in, I put my title in. I'm Reverend. On my memory card it's got Reverend. When I turn up on site I'm Reverend. Dear, it makes me chuckle. Anyway, religion is a funny thing, and we shouldn't joke about it because some people take it really serious. But I struggle to get my head around it. I really do. And like I said, those that have faith, fair play to you. I'm not knocking you. You know, and if you've got that sort of, you know, that sort of level of faith, then well, that's your decision. I feel slightly concerned sometimes with those that have a level of commitment, you know, that's yeah, it scares me a little bit. Anyway, I've spoken for ages now, so I'm going to shut up. I'll speak to you all later.